These poets are amazing. Front row, amazing. $50 extra in your pocket, amazing. Finger snap, amazing. Discovering a cliche for the first time, amazing. These people are simply amazing.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube. I'm Joe Atticus Inch, and welcome to this week's edition of Poet Love. Now, I'm just going to jump right into today's poet because it's kind of late, and this episode's going to be up later than I wanted to today. It's been a long, busy day. So, today's poet, Miss Marty McConnell. This would be the point where I would usually hold up my crudely written note card, but I've seemed to have misplaced it somewhere. So, Marty McConnell. From Chicago, also from New York, and traveled back and forth between Chicago, is a nationally renowned poet, as most of them are on the show. She has been on 7 national teams that both represented New York and Chicago. She's been on season 2 and 5 of Def Poetry Jam, if that means anything to you. She is the author of the book Wine for a Shotgun from EM Publishing, released last October. She's the co-founder of Fox First, an organization dedicated to empowering communities and individuals with spoken word. I first heard of Marty a few years ago. She was definitely someone who I heard a lot about through just who she inspired. Poems like Instruction for a Body was one that got brought up a lot. And she always seemed like such. She was one of those people who always seemed like such a big name that I honestly never thought I would probably ever see her live. So I was just stuck with YouTube videos. But at the 2012 Rust Belt that was here in Columbus, Ohio, she was actually a part of the Flesh and Blood poetry team, which consisted of her, Rachel McKibbins, who we've talked about, Megan Falley, who we've talked about, and Emily Rose, who we will talk about at some point. And when I heard she was coming, and especially beyond the Flesh and Blood team, I was ecstatic. I finally get to hear her. And I mean, the poem she did, Lucky is the one that I remember most. And A World's Guide to Beginnings, which I think gave the best quote of a poem that I heard all that weekend, which is, I'm just going to put it up here for you. There are gods who love us and want us to fuck. I'm going to let that sink in for a bit. There are gods who love us and want us to fuck. Yep. And since then, I've been definitely anything Marty. I try. She has a lot of poems based on tarot cards. At least I believe that, from my basic knowledge, the titles of them start. There's one called Seven of Pentacles, or Why You Shouldn't Come Home with Me. Just Marty is just. The energy and the light of her work is just wonderful. Like the humor is hysterical. The hard parts are heartbreaking. It's really hard to describe Marty's work. It's just so brilliant. And I would show you a copy of Wine for a Shotgun, but as the poor boy that I am, I don't really. I can't afford a copy. And I would have more the fact that I actually did meet Marty, and she's a wonderful woman for the brief amount of time that I met her, um, because I'm me and socializing is very hard for me, especially when it's someone like you hear so much about Marty, I heard so much about Marty McConnell and saw just who she influenced. Um, of the people around me, it just it's somewhat like meeting a celebrity, and I was so lucky that I was able to meet her. Hopefully, we can get her back in Columbus sometime soon. I would love to see another like just full set of Marty's poems. I would love to get a copy of Wine for a Shotgun. You can get a copy of Wine for a Shotgun, viewers. Links, like always, are going to be at the end of the credits. Um, so, yeah, I'm good with that. Good with that take. So we're going to get into the magic shoebox here. Pick out next week's poet. This one seems like a good one. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Joe Agazinch, reminding you to keep your pens moving, live long and prosper. I will see you next week.